Shalom, shalom. Let's get right into it. See how much time. All right, get right to the lesson.
Tomorrow, shifting its... Good evening. There are few corners of the massive state of California not feeling the impact of the relentless line of storms that have been hammering Golden State residents for days, leaving at least 17 people dead. The latest wave hitting overnight and this morning, collapsing hillsides, submerging bridges, washing away roads, amid some 300 reports of flooding during the last 24 hours. 21 million people, more than half the population, under flood alerts tonight, while there are winter storm warnings for heavy snow in the mountains to the east. The next round of rain expected to hit tomorrow, shifting its bullseye from the Los Angeles area to Northern California. An extreme weather pattern from drought to deluge, symptoms of a changing climate. Miguel Almaguer starts us off tonight from Los Angeles. And Miguel, the ground must be totally saturated by now.
Lester, the ground out here is so saturated, and the storms that hit central and southern California were also incredibly violent. You can see the road behind me. It buckled open. I want to show you video from our drone overhead. It captures not one, but two vehicles in that sinkhole 35 feet deep. Now, incredibly, everyone in those cars made it out alive, but after a series of violent storms like this one, not everyone's been so lucky.
As a new monster storm barrels across every major city in California again, we're seeing more water rescues, flash flooding, and mudslides unfold. These disasters killing at least 17, also shredding apart new sections of the state.
It was like 2 feet of mud and water coming down the street and out of the houses, so it was pretty scary.
This time, California's historically sunny cities, Los Angeles, Santa Barbara, and Montecito, were lashed with a biblical deluge. As mountains crumbled toward the sea, sinkholes opened up in LA. Firefighters lifting car passengers from the underground crater. The historic storms washing over cities from San Francisco to San Diego are literally redefining the state. Cracked and crumbled, California's battered coastline is perhaps as dangerous as it is beautiful. Some of the state's most iconic properties are also some of the most vulnerable. Montecito, an enclave to the rich and famous like Ellen DeGeneres,
This is crazy.
is still under citywide evacuations as authorities fear the return of deadly mudslides. Notable cities since the start of the new year are all drenched in rainfall, running well over 100% of average.
It is right up there with some of the most extensive rainfall we've seen, definitely in the last 80 years.
From drought to downpours, California's swing from extremes comes as a new report confirms last year's annual precipitation in the U.S. was more than 1.5 inches below average, making it one of the driest years on record. But another punch is to the wallet. Disaster costs for 2022 easily exceed $165 billion.
Climate change is warming the whole planet. That includes the atmosphere and the oceans. What that means for us is that the atmosphere is able to hold more moisture. So these storms can be bigger.
Tonight, our changing planet as our new normal becomes even more extreme. Miguel Almaguer, NBC News, Los Angeles.
Thanks for watching our YouTube.
You see the judgment of Yahweh by Hashem Rashah. So we're going to give all praise and honor and glory to Yahweh by Hashem Rashah. Down to the Apostle Budgets and Elder Great Millstone. Shalom to the host of the elect. Shalom. So we're going to get right into it. Let's go to 1 Samuel chapter 2, verse 6. It said, the Lord kills and maketh alive. He brings down to the grave and brings them up. Verse 7, the Lord make poor and make rich and bring low and lift up. Right, so the Lord kill. The Lord make poor and make rich. It's all of Yahweh by Hashem Rashah. Let's read again. 1 Samuel 2 and 6. It's the Lord kill and make him alive. He bring down to the grave and brings him up. As you see, man, 17 dead. All of Yahweh by Hashem. Deuteronomy. Up, passing it up. Deuteronomy 32, verse 39. Deuteronomy 32, verse 39. It says, "See now that even I am he. There is no God with me. I kill, I make it alive. I wound, and I heal. Nothing is to any can deliver you out of my hand." Right? Nothing can deliver you out of his hand. As you see, man, let's go to Deuteronomy 32, verse 39. It says, "See now that even I am he. There is no God with me. I kill, I make it alive. I wound, and I heal. Nothing is any can deliver you out of my hand. For 40, for I lift up my hand to heaven, say I live forever." Right? The Lord is all you have. What else? Let's go to Job chapter 4, verse 7. It say, "Remember, I praise thee, whoever perished being innocent, or when the righteous cut off. Even I seen that have plowed iniquity, and sowed wickedness, and reaped the same." Right? Remember, praise thee, whoever perished being innocent. Verse 8, "By the blast of the Most High they perish, and by the breath of their nostrils are they consumed." Are they consumed? Job 4:7 one more time. It said, "Remember, I praise thee, whoever perished being innocent, or when the righteous cut off." Right? Remember, I praise thee, whoever perished being innocent. All right, Psalms chapter 9, verse 16. It say, "The Lord is known by the judgment which he execute, the wicked ensnares and the works of his own hand." Right? The Lord is known by the judgment which he execute, the wicked ensnares and the works of his own hand. What else I got in Psalms? Psalm chapter 47, verse 2. Yeah. Psalm chapter 47, verse 2. "For the Lord Most High is terrible, and he's a great king over all the earth." Right? He is terrible. As you see the 17 dead mudslides, man. Psalm 47, verse 2. "For the Lord Most High is terrible, and he's a great king over all the earth. He should subdue the people under us, the nations under our foot." You know, so I'm going to get too much of that. But yeah, he is terrible as a great king over all the earth. Oh, wrong one again. What's that? Psalm 111, verse 10. It said, "The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom and good understanding. Have all that do his commandment. His praise endure forever." Right? His praise endure forever. Always bring it out. Ecclesiastes 12, verse 1. It said, "Remember now to pray the day of thy youth, while the evil day draw near." Hold on, listen up. "When the evil day come not, nor the year draw near, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them." Right? Remember now to pray the day of thy youth. We just again, Ecclesiastes 12, verse 1. "Remember now to pray the day of thy youth, while the evil day come not, nor the year draw near, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them." Right? When I should say, have no pleasure in them. Isaiah 55, verse 6. It says, "Seek ye the Lord." Seek ye the Lord while he may be found, and call upon him while he is near. Right? Call upon him while he is near. Seek ye the Lord. "Let the wicked forsake his ways, and the righteous man his thoughts. And let him return to the Lord, and he will have mercy upon him to a power, for he will abundant pardon." Right? For he will abundant pardon. What else I got? Just gonna go right into it. Oh yeah, Zephaniah chapter 3, verse 5. It say, the just Lord in the midst thereof, he would not do iniquity every morning. Does he bring his judgment to light? He failed not. But the unjust, no shame. Right? The unjust, no shame. You see much time like that. As you see, Zephaniah 3, verse 5, the just Lord in the midst thereof, he would not do iniquity every morning. Does he bring his judgment to light? He failed not. But the unjust, no shame. Right? The unjust. Luke, always bring this out, 13, verse 5. I was going to get right to it, verse 3. I tell you, nay, but except you repent, you shall all likewise perish. Right? You shall all likewise perish. As you see the terror of the Lord, at least 17 dead in California from a monster storm. And we're going to watch it, just a little bit of it, and see the works.
Are literally redefining the state.
Cracked and crumbled, California's battered coastline is perhaps as dangerous as it is beautiful. Some of the state's most iconic properties are also some of the most vulnerable.
Montecito, an enclave to the rich and famous like Ellen DeGeneres,
This is crazy.
is still under citywide evacuations as authorities fear the return of deadly mudslides. Notable cities since the start of the new year are all drenched in rainfall, running well over 100% of average.
It is right up there with some of the most extensive rainfall we've seen, definitely in the last 80 years.
From drought to downpours, California's swing from extremes comes as a new report confirms last year's annual precipitation in the U.S. was more than 1.5 inches below average, making it one of the driest years on record. But another punch is to the wallet. Disaster costs for 2022 easily exceed $165 billion.
Climate change is warming the whole planet. That includes the atmosphere and the oceans. What that means for us is that the atmosphere is able to hold more moisture. So these storms can be bigger.
Tonight, our changing planet as our new normal becomes even more extreme. Miguel Almaguer, NBC News, Los Angeles.
So you
Thanks.
see, man, it could happen to anybody, man. Who else would be? That's why it's a fearful thing to fall into the hand of the living power, right? It's a fearful thing to fall into the hand of the living power. Luke 13, verse 5, I tell you, nay, but except you repent, you shall all likewise perish. What else I got? I think that should be it. Let's see. Yeah. Right, you should all likewise perish. So I'm going to close it out right there. So we're going to give all praises, honor and glory to Yahweh by Shem Shah. Double honor to the apostle for the great millstone. Shalom to the hope for the elect. Shalom.